Hello everybody, welcome to your April pick a card reading with me, Lorien. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please stick around, see what comes through, and hopefully the messages will make sense to you. For those who have returned, welcome back. Hope things are going okay for you in the current situation. So the first thing obviously we need to do is for you to pick your card. So you can do this however you want to, really. You could wait for the 60-second meditation, or you can just immediately choose 1, 2, 3, or you can immediately be drawn to one of these crystals here. This crystal, I apologise, I don't know the name of it, but it is a very strong crystal. It works with me a lot. This is Tiger's Eye, and this is Dalmatian Jasper. So take your time if you need to, just rework through where your intuition is pulling you. I'll do the 60-second meditation in just a second, but I'll be starting, as always, with group 1. Okie dokie, group 1, you would have chosen this one. Now, if anybody does know the name of this crystal, please let me know. It's very moonstony, if it will actually focus. But it's also got lovely pastel colours, and it's really nice to work with, really. So fingers crossed somebody knows the identity of that crystal. I don't have a list anymore. I lost it when my computer crashed recently, of all the crystals that I had, so I can't check the name of it. But let's see what's coming up for you guys. So your spiritual guidance is the Thinking Woman. Okay. Oh, your subconscious guidance is a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Okay. I will be doing some of these cards in a little while as well. And your tarot cards, your tarot messages are power, moving on, heart chakra, and spiritual strength in reverse. Let's see if I can get some information here. The first thing I want to come to is this particular card. So this is in reverse. So if it was that way, it's normally the 9 of Wands. So if it's in reverse, this to me indicates that there is encouragement. So I'm trying to think of the right way of saying this to you, because I don't want you to get the wrong idea. If it was upright, it would be courage, persistence, stability. But I feel like here you are feeling very world weary, and there could be some effects of, having everything else on your shoulders, but you don't feel like you have the encouragement that you need. So that's interesting for me, because I do feel that, everyone is focused on themselves as much as they can be, obviously. And everything is focused on, the current situation, their home, things like that. So I do understand if you feel like other people are not pulling their weight at any given time in this month. You may feel a little bit lost, and the pursuit of something important to you is kind of like on its head, and it's put on hold for a second. So your persistence, your resilience is still there, but you're just not fighting as hard for it in April, or the beginning of April, I'm feeling. What I do feel is that you are considering, and you are taking into consideration some elements that maybe you were ready to overlook in order to just get it done. So, for instance, moving on. And this is very much about having that growth, having that almost rite of passage. This is a transition into the next stage of your life, really. This is almost, this is autumn into spring. So what we have here is very much a case of you holding on to kind of some ideas that you've had and seeing how they're evolved over time. Not just creative ideas, this could be conflict that you've resolved and you see it a bit differently now. This also could be a sense of, I'm leaving behind all the issues that I, don't want to carry with me anymore. So this is you going from somewhere that maybe felt a little bit barren into the light, into some more warmer times. Because what there's coming to mind is that, the time's going to pass anyway. You may as well do something with it. You may as well continue moving forward rather than sitting still. Move with the times. Don't just stick where they are. I do see a lot of green here. You've got green in the thinking woman, heart chakra. You've got the spiritual here, but you also have red. So I feel like your heart chakra is needing to be in tune or talking with the root. So the root is mainly to do with who you are, your finite sense of being, the kind of stability, feet into the ground. The root is the root code of you. I feel like you are coming into your power here. There may be a Leo around you as well in April, but this is power in standing still. I feel like there's a lot that you're having to deal with. Not just current situations, world situations. It just feels like there's a lot that you're having to deal with. There's a lot weighing heavy on your mind, heavy on your heart. I just think that you're taking the time this month to put everything in their perspective boxes, putting them to one side, and then being able to move on. Because we have the heart chakra here. This is very much a positive, open, joyous chakra. And I do think that within this here, it is telling you to get back into a place of harmony, a place of love in April as much as you can. The situation that is currently in the world is not going to go away anytime soon. So what you need to do is get into a place where you're kind of accepting of that, but you can adapt to that. It's not going to be easy, but you are going to find it, I think, easier when you kind of know that some things that you've held on your shoulders don't need to be there anymore. So maybe you feel like you've had to be a spiritual strength for other people rather than you not finding people to help you. And if as soon as you say, you know what, I don't need to commit to that anymore, move that to one side, you might start to see things free up for you. The thinking woman, she is an incredibly shrewd person. So this means that you're very, I would say, looking before you leap, assessing the situation, going deep into yourself, almost like the Hermit card. I know it's not here, but that's the kind of vibe I'm feeling. So from introspection and searching in yourself from this solitude, you're probably going to come to some surprising new understandings and revelations about yourself, where like, oh, I can handle this, or oh, this works best for me, or if I do it this way, this actually, I've cracked the code, that's great. So there's definitely a feeling of overcoming something that maybe has pushed you back slightly when you were doing things 10 to the dozen. Now you have time to actually think, listen to what your heart wants. Now you have time to think, see how you feel. I mean, Aries, I'm doing this in a time of Aries. April is the Aries time, so happy birthday if you are an Aries or born in April. But this, to me, things are going to come to a head. So if you've let anything go, for instance, if you've, in this time of weird upheaval, if you've let anything slide or if you've let anything go to one side, I think things are going to come to full circle and full head now, but you're going to be mentally, emotionally and spiritually equipped to handle it. It just feels like you need to balance things and also to give yourself some time to kind of get to grips with the current situation, to see how best you can handle it, because this has come on like a ton of bricks on everybody, and I think that you need to do what you need to do in order to continue your life within the confines and within the limits that have currently been placed upon us, because we don't want anybody getting sick more than already. So I feel like in April there's definitely a continuation of something to do with the heart, to do with the green connection of your emotions. Maybe it's something that you just kind of have some fresh air every day or something like that, but there's definitely something that stimulates the mind here and stimulates your emotions as well. Whoops. So I'm just going to do a Whispering Woods little card for you guys. Oh, okay. So you have let go. Okay, so this makes sense for moving on. Whatever you're holding on to, let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. So this is kind of a almost like a philosophical time. So if you hold on to something, you know, you run the risk of squeezing the life out of it. This is kind of enjoying some moments that you have, enjoying the moments that this brings that maybe you wouldn't have experienced otherwise. Enjoy the calmness of you. Sometimes people don't like being in their head a lot, but I think you're going to benefit from being in your head a little bit, focusing on who you are as a person, cementing that down, feeling that power that comes within you, and then moving on past whatever has been annoying you or preventing you from working, or, you know, really making you stress out, and feeling you moving forwards. I do think that there's still some people that you thought they may be there to rely on, but they're not quite there because they've got some other stuff on their mind. But also, it's not your job to support everybody else. And I do feel that there's something that's coming that you feel like, yes, I've achieved it, or I've achieved something. You're not just going to sit on your hands and, you know, be able to do nothing. There's something within yourself that you're going to achieve in April, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what that is. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you. Thank you for subscribing and liking this video. It really does tell me that you enjoy this content, so thank you. If you'd like a reading, all the information is in the description box, but otherwise, I'll love you and leave you for now. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm going to go on to group 2. Hey group 2, so you would have chosen a Tiger's Eye. This is a gorgeous one that I got from Witch Cascade. I recommend checking out their website. But yes, this is really strong Tiger's Eye. It does really work with protection and grounding yourself. So look that up if you feel drawn to that as a stone. But let me just get these cards. So spirit message is attachment. Okay. Your subconscious message is luck is on your side. And your tarot message is, I'll get them right away up one day. So you have the waiting game. Oh boy, are we currently doing that. Choose wisely. You have financial and material changes and transformation. Interesting. So you have 3 5s here, which is very intriguing to me. There is some indecision. There is some worry. Obviously, the current situation, of course, is going to be some kind of worry. Let me just turn this camera slightly. So yeah, of course, you're going to be worried about certain elements as to what's happening in the world. But I do feel like there's growth happening here. Of course, we are going through our various changes. I do see material changes being a very big focus for you, and transformation. 5, because you have 3 of them here. This is normally of adversity. This is a number of change, experimentation, sometimes things going 500 miles an hour and then suddenly careering to a stop. So we have this sort of strange element coming in here. We've currently screeched to a stop, and now we might be stuttering forwards again. But I do think, looking at all these, there is a feeling of wanting to skip a few steps. And it could be that you're attached to an idea, you're attached to not just people, you know, which I'm sure that we are attached to people, but it is kind of maybe an idea that I thought this year would be. Obviously, at the moment, it's not how anyone expected it. So it could be letting go of some expectations. It's letting go of how you envisioned this year and just making the most of what is in your grasp to control. You cannot control the situation. So what you can control is how you wait. Now the waiting game, obviously, not everybody is going to be very patient with the situation that we have. But in April, I do see you understanding a little bit more about where you are kind of going. So this is the Two of Wands in normal tarot. So this is your progress, your discovery. As we're kind of filing away things and, you know, maybe spending a lot of time stationary, it could be that you're kind of allowing yourself to grow some roots and into an unexpected place. Or because you're having this kind of waiting period, you can actually dip your toe into various projects, various avenues that you may not have actually done before, or regaining a part of yourself that you thought was lost in your teenage years. So, for instance, drawing or acting or, you know, learning plays, whatever it is, writing plays even. And it could be that you're actually making your own fun. Some of you may just want to spend half the month sitting on the sofa watching TV. That is also fine. That is a kind of recharging, as long as you're watching the content that you're actually absorbing. But choose wisely. It could be a direction that you're not sure where to go. But take this time. Wait for it to be revealed to you. You don't have to jump in with both feet right now. You just need to ascertain where your inner compass feels like you're dragging yourself towards. So it's always like, for instance, me, sometimes I have 5 ideas that I want to work on. What I do is I close my eyes and then I gravitate towards the idea that screams the loudest or seems the loudest. So I think that's basically what you're having to do. See which is the one that's pulling you, or which is the direction that's pulling you towards it, and maybe start working towards that. But wait until the right course of action is open to you. I think that you can be active in the decisions you make. You can definitely be, proactive in getting things done. But there will still be a wait coming up. Now, this card, of course, financial and material changes. I think a lot of people are experiencing this, but ultimately in April it does feel like this is affecting every single element. So this could be, so this to me is the Pentacles, the Wands, the Spirit of the Mind, and then the emotions. So it feels a lot like you are exploring certain aspects. And again, 5, you're worrying about insecurity, or no security, should I say, poverty, worrying about worry also. You don't want to stress yourself out too much, but there's always a line of, maybe being insecure about whether this is the right choice because of these changes. But I do see them improving, and I do see you transforming. Now, this is the Death card in normal tarot, but this is from rebirth. This is you getting things stripped down to the bare bones, and almost like a phoenix from the flames, coming through and getting through this even better than you were when you first went into it. So I think you're going to make the most of this time in April, and I do think you're going to have eureka moments, several eureka moments as to what's coming up. But the new moon in Sagittarius, luck is definitely on your side, so aim true with that Sagittarius energy. You could be a Sagittarian and you could be using that to your full advantage. It rules the 9th house, so it could be something to do with higher education, spirituality, development, pilgrimage, publishing, luck. So definitely could be just time to take a gamble and dive in with both feet into something that you feel really drawn towards. And then the Whispering Woods card we have for you is Path. Okay, let me just see what time it is. Okay, 7 minutes. Sorry, I can't quite see because of all the design on here. So Path. Wander on the path less travelled. What you find might surprise you. So with this, again, it may be that you're waiting to see what comes through to you. Attachment to an outcome or an idea as to how it might best serve you is probably not the way to go this month. Attachment can be, well, I thought it would be like this, or I wanted to do this. Well, it might not be possible at the moment. Might be possible later on in the year. But at the moment, what you need to do is wonder where other paths may lead you. What other paths open to you at the moment? Then decide when you're kind of, in a quiet moment, or if you can just kind of see where you're going. Sometimes when I'm having to make a decision about what tarot deck wants to come through for a reading, I hover my hand over it, and you have hands here very strongly. She's got a hand there, but obviously, and she's holding things as she's shackled by a hand. So if you just kind of, if you can, write down titles or write down areas as to where you feel like you have the options, and just hold your hand over each one. And if you feel a pull or a warmth, or this one, or a pressure on the center of your palm, that's likely the one that is meant for you to explore. That's just a little trick, because I saw a lot of hands, and I've been doing this over decks to see, you know, which ones want to come out and play. So it could be something that you can do in April just to decide, or make some choices that are benefiting for you. But in the meantime, let me know in the comments below how things go for you. I try and respond to every single one, and thank you for liking and subscribing. It really does help me understand which content you guys like. Also, if you want a reading from me, the information is all in the description box below. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, be good to yourselves and each other, and I'm going on to group 3. Okie dokie, group 3. Well, you chose the Dalmatian Jasper. This is normally one that I use when I just need some comfort, really. So this might be something that you feel the need for in April. Let's have a look at your spirit message. Walking away. Okay. Your subconscious message is expect powerful change. And your tarot, all upside down. I do read reversals, but not have that all upside down. Sacral chakra, rest and rejuvenate, harmony and triumph. Ooh. Okay, so let's just see what's coming. A lot of orange. So already I'm thinking that there could be some need for your sacral chakra to be attended to this month as well. Sorry, a little bit of an appearance from my microphone lead. So let's have a look. What's interesting to me, may not be to you, is that this is 27. So this is 27, and on the kind of bookends, shall we say, here you have 2 and 7. So number 2 is very much to do about duality and almost preparing to spring forwards and seeing kind of how things are materializing. 7 is definitely about faith, working on your own, having this kind of spiritual awakening. The 7 life paths, they tend to be separate from any particular group. You can't quite put something against them. They're very individual people, almost like the Aquarius of the zodiac. You can never really pin them down, and they all seem to be very spiritual, very enlightened, and very much on their own path of what they use their intuition for. So I feel this is coming through for you. This is the Chariot card. This is victory, your self-assertion, you know, being confident in the choices that you're making, being very proactive in what you're doing as well. Triumph doesn't mean, you know, conquering your enemies all the time. It just means having something to go, yes, I have achieved. Maybe triumph over feeling that you're boxed in. Maybe triumph over feeling that you have nothing to give, or have, you know, failed in some way. Triumph over those feelings is very, very strong, or finally coming to the realization that you have more to give than you were previously led to believe. So for some of you, it may be, I thought my future would include marriage and a picket fence and babies and stuff. Maybe there's something that you're kind of coming to terms with in regards to the ideas that you've had, and you're triumphing because they're even better than you realized. You have the Lover's card here, which is harmony. So harmony is incredibly important for you. This is about your relationships, your personal beliefs, and your values. So you could be looking into how those are playing out this month. You know, definitely in the current situation, there's a lot of different things coming to light here. And you're probably getting to know yourself a little bit more sitting still. You may be very much distracting yourself with media and stuff like that, but do be careful of what you're putting into yourself in regards to media, things, images on screen, and the information. But I do feel that this is coming forward at a very prosperous time for you, because you're starting to unfold something that has been waiting to unfold for quite some time. Maybe there's determination coming in here. I do feel determination to do something or to implement something, to finally do something. It's like your mind's made up in April. The last two readings were kind of quiet. This is louder for me. This is, look, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. It's done. And you're very much making decisions, taking names, going forward with a lot of confidence in April. And I do see here you have green as well. Green and green, as well as the sacral chakra energy. So green is to do with the heart chakra. Sacral chakra is to do with reproduction, creation, being very communicative through art or through expression. It can be your energy, how you want to utilize that. It can also be looking for consistent romantic partners if it's out of whack a little bit. But what I feel here is that the harmony comes through understanding there's a balance within yourself, and that balance within yourself is coming through in April, so you can act on the things that you have wanted to do for quite some time, but maybe didn't even, you weren't able to download that information. Your subconscious wasn't able to communicate with you because you were too busy. You were too busy flitting around, or there was too many things going into your mind, like I should be out here, I should be going to that restaurant, I should be living my life. This is forcing you to take some time to yourself and just to see who you are and what it is you want, and realign with that. There could be some things that you want to walk away from. Oh, if I can get this card. There could be some things that you're deciding is no longer worth staying put in this, beautiful as it is, gilded area. Like, you know what, I'm walking away from the idea of I have to live my life in such and such a way. This is readjusting the glasses that you have on and focusing in on something. I do see here rest and rejuvenate is definitely needed. There's a lot of stress going on, and I think in order to reach this point, you need to balance yourself enough, make sure any energy you expend is being put back in and replenished, because this you cannot do indefinitely on a very low pot of energy. So I would hope that you are moving into this and being very positive about yourself within that arena, even if it's just sitting on the sofa for a day, a week, doing something that actually allows you to reset and recharge. I think as well, because of this entire reading is about, this is what I want, this is what I feel like I'm going towards. Maybe you're understanding, you know what I would really love is to have a very strong committed partnership, and I would like to adopt in future. Whether that be adopt more animals or adopt some children, it will be down to you. But it's definitely making some really good solid plans for what you want to implement as soon as this year kind of gets going again. With the sacral chakra, the main feeling of this is I want. So the sacral chakra is very much about I want, and I do feel that it's something to, energy flowing, making sure that things are continuing to go through. So you could do something physical to allow the creativity to go through. I always find a walk, if you're allowed a walk, really stimulates my creativity, gets me thinking. But you could try dancing. You could do some kind of belly dancing that moves the sacral chakra area. You could use a colour or like orange meditation. The one that I used is incredibly well done. I'll see if I can remember to link it down below. But this is very much about nurturing yourself, and remember that you do matter, and your creativity, your courage matters here. So there's only something, okay, I'm already getting it now. There's something that you have to give that only you can do in your way, because you're very individual. I was saying about the 7 life path, you're very individual. Even if you're not a 7 life path, you are very strongly encouraged to do something that only you can do. You may be like, well, I don't know what that is. It may be that you are the only person who could raise the child that you have. It may be that you are the only person who can send the email that starts off a chain reaction. You don't know for sure what it will be until you actually see evidence of it. So just stay strong in your convictions and stay strong in getting that collection of energy. But expect powerful change because you are going to ignite it. You are going to ignite this change. I love the colours of this card as well. I do feel that you are going to ignite it. I do feel that you're going to instigate change, whether it just be on a small scale or on a larger one. It may be that you start a new project. It may be that you finally stand up to somebody, or, you know, go full hog and say, you know what, I really love you. I don't know, you know, it could be something, anything that you interpret that way. But there is going to be powerful change, however small it is. So I'm just going to do a Whispering Wood card for you. Okay, so what does group 3 need to know? You? Okay, and you as well. Idle hours. I already know this. This one. Idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass, if you can. I think that would really help you, but only if you can and if you're allowed and if it's safe. So make sure that you can take time out. Make sure that you can get out of your head, out of the, you know, consistent wheel that's turning around you. Even though it may be a little bit slow recently, keep on going. But also, like I said, if it just take a day to yourself, that's still enough to rest and rejuvenate. Kindness. Take respite by a pond and be kind to yourself and others. Here as well. So it could be that you're living in harmony with certain people, or that you have to keep the harmony going. I do feel though that there will be some kind of outside thing that you need to do, whether that's get fresh air or take that walk or move. Do something that stimulates your body's energy to keep that creative energy flowing and to keep your understanding of yourself going through. The more that you get in tune with your body and your mind and your energy, I think the more powerful and the more triumphant you'll be. But let me know in the comments below how things go for you. I always love hearing from you. I try and answer every single comment. And thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. It lets me know what content you guys like. If you'd like a reading from me, all the information is in the description box below. But in the meantime, wishing you absolute best of luck. Thank you very much for stopping by today. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye.